Want to transform your photos into mini works of art? Today I'm showing you how to use stamps directly onto your photos for a bold, creative scrapbook layout. Quick, easy and totally unique. Let's get creative together. Hi, it's Kathy, and this month's Stamp and Stencil Savvy is focusing on stamping onto your photo. So to start with, I am using a uniquely creative paper out back, and it is from my whole kit and caboodle that I never got finished because of life. So I thought I'd get another layout into there as well. And I am using my stencil that is the script one from Scrapbook Fantasies, and I have lightly done it with scorched timber in the background, and you saw me add that onto the layout. Now we're getting into the key crucial part of this month's focus, and that's stamping onto your layout. Now, do not do what I just did. I grabbed the wrong stamp pad. So I have actually just grabbed my archival ink one, which is black, and I've stamped directly on it. What I should have grabbed on was my StazOn. So throughout this layout, you'll see where I made that mistake. I fix it by going over it with a black pen, but really, if you use StazOn, you won't get the smudge happening on your photos. I'm also going to add in some hearts onto the bottom of this layout here. It is a great little way of building some detail onto your photo, and a black and white photo is a great way to do it. You can do it on color ones, you can do it on black and white ones. I like it stamping onto a black and white one, especially when you've got some empty space in that photo. Now you'll see lots of different techniques if you go and check out the playlist down below, but there will be lots of people that show you different ways of doing it, so you'll find the way that works for you. This is what I like to do. And that little quote that I put in the corner there of that photo said, "Life is short, find out what makes you happy and go there." So now I'm just adding some more stamping to my layout, and I've used some more of those hearts, and I'm adding in some bricks because you can see the bricks in that print on the paper. As I said, this is from Uniquely Creative. It is from my favorite paper pack. It's the Echoes of the Outback, and seriously, I do love it. And if you check out all my whole kit and caboodle layouts, you will see it in action and being used. So as I said, this is another whole kit and caboodle layout. It is very late from that series, but I do want to complete it because I am using these papers because I love them. But stamp and stencil is what we're looking at. So I have got some stenciling, which is my script. I have got my stamping, which you saw me do just then. And now my layout is completely ready to work. So I am just going to fussy cut around this floral decal in this layout, and that's a piece there. And this is how I like to use these printed sheets. I like to use all the features on them and showcase where I can the maximum for the designs, so that they are not hidden by other pieces but incorporated into it. So by fussy cutting that around, I've created an area where my photo can land, and that piece can go into some white space on the photo, but it looks like it is all built in together. So I'm just matching it in the brown that it used for my 1-inch frame that you saw me create, and that's where I smudged it there, and I realized I've used the wrong ink. And so don't do what I did. Make sure you use StazOn. It really does not move. So I'm tucking in some of the ephemera from the pack for this kit, and I'm just layering it in across the layout. I'm putting that barbed wire across there, and I'm carrying it across over to the right hand side. And then I have a cockatoo. Oh no, it's not a cockatoo, it's a kookaburra actually, I believe. Yes, it's a kingfisher kookaburra, which I'm adding to the top of that flower cluster there. And then I'm using similar flowers from that left-hand cluster from the ephemera pack to build up this cluster point at the bottom right. And these are just natural Australian colours. And the Waratah, which I just placed into that cluster there, that is actually the state flower for New South Wales, and I live in New South Wales, so it's perfect that it fits on that page. Just tucked in a tiny little echidna there. He's so cute, and he's popped up off the base, just adding some dimension to the layout. And look how easy it is when you're using a pre-printed page to create and build and just layer up and make your layout look that little bit extra. Adding that little bit of stamping and stenciling also makes some detail to the layout, and I just like how this is all coming together. And that looks really nice there. More of this. See, I really do need to get a design board from Scrapbook Fantasies, because I always change how it's going to look. And then when I look back at it, I'm like, oh, why did I change it? So I do need to get one of those design boards from Scrapbook Fantasies. Here I have added in the everything has been glued down. That's what I wanted to say. And I'm adding some extra flowers in with that are popped up on some foam tape, and that's giving some dimension. I'm just adding in a messy border around the edge here. I like to finish off my layouts somehow connecting the frame to the layout. I mean, a messy border is a quick and easy way of doing it. It's adding doodling to your layout, which is really important in a design feature. So I'm going to use this silver pewter Nuvo drop to create my visual triangle, and then I'm actually going to do something very different today, which I don't normally do, and I'm adding the Nuvo drops into the corners. So I'm adding them as a feature on this as well. So you can see these sit in the corners, and that's now framed that whole layout. So to really set up the triangle, I'm now going to add in some yellow Nuvos, and that's going to create those 3 points of interest around the whole layout. And here you can see how it comes together. I just love this photo of my daughter and her husband. They look so natural, like they belong in that era, they belong in that time frame, and it just is a great layout that has come together quite easily. I've stamped on my photo, used up that space, I've added some details, got the 3 points on my photo with my stamping, and there it is. Linked below is a full playlist of all the people who are going to be creating this month using stamping on a photo. I am sure you are going to learn lots by watching the different techniques that people use. I love learning from other creators. I'm sure you will too. Thanks for watching. Stay creative, friends. See you in the next video, and I'll be over there real soon.